Listen to me. If you are retired, or if you are standing right on the doorstep of retirement, you need to understand one thing: the rules of the money game have completely changed for you. When you are working, a financial hiccup is an inconvenience. When you are retired, a financial hiccup is a crisis. You no longer have the luxury of waiting for a paycheck to bail you out. Every single dollar you own has to be accessible, it has to be safe, and it has to be exactly where you need it, when you need it. Lately, I have been getting so many questions about these new, flashy financial technology apps. Everyone wants to automate their lives. And one name that keeps popping up is Qapital. People love it because it uses little behavioral tricks and automatic rules to save money without you thinking about it. You buy a coffee, it rounds up the change, and puts it in a savings goal. Sounds beautiful, right? But you are asking me a very specific, critical question: does Qapital do instant transfers? You are asking this because you are terrified of being caught in an emergency. You are worried that you will be standing at a checkout counter, or sitting in a mechanic's shop, or dealing with a sudden medical bill, needing your money right now, only to find out that your funds are locked up in digital limbo. You are afraid that the money you thought was safe and sound is actually floating somewhere in cyberspace while your bank account goes into overdraft. And let me tell you, that fear is 100% justified. When you are on a fixed income, cash flow is king. So, let's get down to the absolute, undeniable truth about Qapital and instant transfers, because what you don't know will cost you. Can you transfer money instantly with Qapital? The short answer is, it depends entirely on where the money is coming from and where it is going. And that is exactly where the trap lies for retirees who don't read the fine print. If you have money inside Qapital, and you are moving it between your internal Qapital Save account and your Qapital Spend account, yes, that transfer is instant. It happens in the blink of an eye. If you are using their specific Visa debit card, you can access those internal funds right away. But let's talk about the real world. Let's talk about your primary checking account, the account at the traditional bank or credit union where your Social Security checks or your pension payments actually land. What happens when you want to move money from Qapital back to that main bank account because a real-life emergency just hit? This is where you need to wake up and pay attention. Standard transfers from Qapital back to your external funding bank account are not instant. They take 1 to 2 business days to settle. And it gets worse. Qapital has a strict rule called a settlement window. If you just deposited money into Qapital from your bank account, that money has to sit there and settle for 3 to 4 business days before you are even allowed to initiate a transfer to send it back. Think about that. If you accidentally automate too much money into Qapital on a Monday, and your mortgage is due on Wednesday, you cannot just snap your fingers and bring that money back to your main bank. You are stuck waiting. Now, Qapital knows this is a massive pain point. So, what did they do? They introduced something called an express withdrawal. They tell you, don't worry, you can get your money settled on the same day. But here's what they don't scream from the rooftops: it is going to cost you. If you want an express withdrawal from your Qapital goals back to your linked bank account, they charge you a fee of 2% of the transfer amount. Now, they cap that fee at $10, and it starts at 80 cents. But I want you to think about the principle of this. Why should you ever have to pay a percentage fee just to access your own hard-earned money in an emergency? You shouldn't. Paying a 2% fee to get your cash on the same day is a wealth-stripping habit, and it is a habit you cannot afford when you are living on your retirement nest egg. And let's look at the other direction. What if someone tries to send you an instant transfer from an external app like Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle into your Qapital Spend account? Qapital explicitly states that even if the sender chooses the instant option on their end, Qapital cannot guarantee a specific time frame. It usually takes up to 24 hours on their end, and it can still face standard multi-day bank delays. Do you see what is happening here? The word instant in the financial technology world rarely means what you think it means. It is surrounded by asterisks, exceptions, business day cutoffs, like needing to request the transfer before 2 p.m. Eastern Time on a non-holiday weekday, and hidden costs. If you are entering retirement, you cannot build your financial safety net on a system that charges you to access your own money quickly or forces you to wait days while an automated rule drains your main checking account. You need absolute control. You need clarity. You cannot be guessing whether your money will clear by Tuesday or Thursday when a bill is due today. So, what is your actionable takeaway? How do you protect yourself? First, if you are already using Qapital or any automated savings app, you must check your account balances right now. Ensure that your primary checking account, the one connected to your daily bills, always has a manual cash cushion of at least 2 to 3 months of living expenses. Never let an app automatically pull your balance down to the wire. Automation is a tool, but it should never replace your oversight. Second, if you need a true emergency fund that is accessible instantly, do not rely on an app that requires external transfers or charges express fees. You set up a liquid savings account at a reliable institution that gives you a traditional ATM or debit card or keeps the funds under the exact same roof as your primary checking account. When an emergency happens, you log into your main banking portal, you slide that money from savings to checking instantly, for free, with 0 business day delays and 0 fine print. You worked too hard for too many decades to let fees and transfer delays dictate your peace of mind. Stand in your truth, control your cash flow, and keep your money where it answers to you instantly, without costing you a single dime.